Hey guys, welcome to my video. This is going to be somewhat of a halo eye, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. And so starting with my brows, this is the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse. And as you can tell, I just took the spoolie side and I push up the brows, the hairs of the brow, and then push them outwards. And then I go ahead and take the pencil side and fill in the parts that are really sparse. You'll have to excuse my brows in this video. They're a little crazy, but hopefully they make it through the video at least. And so yeah, I just underline the underside of the brow, and then starting from the inside, I kind of work my way out. Next, I take Soft Ochre. It's the Paint Pot by MAC, and I'll go ahead and carve out my brow. So we'll fill out the underside of the brow and then basically the whole eyelid, and then spread it around. I like to use my finger. I feel like I get a much better coverage, I guess, with it. And so I'll start with the brush and then I'll use my finger to kind of get everything on there evenly. So starting with the palette, we're going to go ahead and take the color Supreme. Supreme is a really pretty pink shade, and I just use it as a transition shade to go ahead and start placing down all the colors. It's really pretty light on my skin tone, and I'm using right now the Vasanti concealer buffer brush. And although it's a concealer brush, it actually does a really good job of blending out the colors and getting everything on there smoothly and evenly. So next we'll be going into the palette to the shade Pinker, and this one is a little bit of a deeper shade. It's got some flecks of glitter that you can see in the pan, but they don't really transfer into the shadow on your eye, so it works out really well. It comes across really pretty and it blends amazing. I'm using the Morphe R38 brush to go ahead and place it deeper into the crease. And this brush is a little bit more defined than the last brush, so it makes it easier to get more definition in there. So for the next color, I'm going to go ahead and take Big Wig, and Big Wig is a deeper purple color, and that one I'll use it on the outer V, and then actually we'll go ahead and put it on the inside as well, right on the inner corner of the eye. So this brush that I'm using is the Moda Pro, and it's BMX 430. It's a crease brush. And this one I got in a BoxyCharm box. I think it was a couple months ago, but it works pretty well. And again, it's smaller again than the last brush, so it'll make it easier to add that definition. So next, we'll take the Pretty Vulgar concealer. And I chose this concealer. I received it in the January BoxyCharm, and the shade that I received is the middle ground color, and it's pretty light and it works out pretty well. I'm just using my finger to kind of tap the center of my eyelid, and just so that I can lay on the lighter shade. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this Wet n Wild brush. It's a flat brush that I bought actually for about $1 at Walmart. And so I'm just trying to take it and box in the color. I'm using a little bit more of Big Wig to go to the inner corner and then also lay down a little bit more of the color on the outer corner as well. And then I always do the like windshield wiper across the top. So for the last and final color for this look, we're gonna go ahead and go into Trust Issues. And Trust Issues it looks like a white color in the pan, but when you actually pick it up, especially when you pick it up with your fingers, it comes out like a gold color, and it definitely has little flecks of glitter in there, so it works really well to reflect the light that comes and hits your eyes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my palette has been slightly used, but this shade is actually, it was the most surprising shade to me in the palette when I swatched them. So now for face makeup, I'm going to go ahead and use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's the undetectable medium to full coverage foundation, and I'm just spreading this on. I put it on my face first, and then I go ahead and spread it with the Morphe M439 brush. And I love this brush to spread on foundation. It's big and fluffy, and it actually spreads on the foundation smoothly and really perfectly. So now for concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. And the shade that you guys see me putting all over my face right now is the medium shade. And for me, I like to use as little concealer as possible. So I just try and use one dab under my eyes, down my nose, and right above my lips. I'm also using the Real Techniques, and it's the sponge that they have. It's cheap and it definitely does the job. I also like to dab out the concealer, so I'll blend it with the sponge first and then push it into my skin using my fingertips. I feel like this helps with the heat of my fingers to really smooth out the concealer. Next for bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and use my Physicians Formula. It's the butter bronzer that they have. And I use this on the contour of my cheeks, my forehead, down the sides of my nose, and then right below the bottom lip. And I just use this to add a little warmth to my face. For blush for this look, I decided to use the Scott Barnes palette. It's his cheek palette that he came out with, and surprisingly, these two colors, this orange and pink mixed together, they actually create a really pretty color of blush for me, and so I love this palette. For my lashes, I went with the Felicia Lashes Natural and Soft 5D Faux Mink Lashes. This is actually off Amazon. They were about $8 or $9, and so I'll put the link in the description box below. So here I'm just adding some color to my lower lash line. I just took Supreme and Pinker, mixed them together, and blended them out. After that, I got some highlighter. The highlighter that I chose is the Laura Mercier Face Illuminator Powder in Addiction, and I just put that on the high points of my cheeks. My liner is Swerve by ColourPop, and I just went ahead and lined out my waterline. For lip liner, I went ahead and chose Coconut by Kylie Cosmetics. I love this liner. It works out really well and it's a perfect shade of nude for my skin tone. For my lipstick color to fill in the lips, I went ahead and chose Savage, and it's a Velvet Lick by Kylie Cosmetics again. Well, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.